Hello everyone, and welcome back to Super Mario Star Road. If you're still actually watching this, thank you. It's actually one of the hardest parts in any Let's Play to get someone to watch more than one part. Which, I don't know, it sounds pretty simple. Obviously, if I don't like your Let's Play, then I'm gonna watch like maybe the first part, or maybe I'm gonna watch like 5 seconds and then be like, man, this game sucks, and then stop it at that point. If you actually decided to watch more than one part, then you're fucking awesome, mate. Anyway, where we left off was... Well, we're in course 3, but we're playing it as the first course because it's just the first course that you actually go to. Actually, like it's right in front of the actual start of the game, so it makes sense that we want to go through here first, but... I don't know, it's the third course in the actual counting, which does actually happen multiple times that really weird stuff like that happens. Oh, and by the way, this is a Shy Guy, which isn't in the regular Super Mario 64, but really it's just a Goomba. It's just a Goomba that has been repainted, so it behaves exactly the same as a Goomba. Nothing different going on there. It just looks different. That's one of the points that you can make about how you can make a game different by using similar assets. You can do a little bit of stuff like that. Oh, I didn't get it. There's a red coin up there. So right now I'm gonna try and get all the red coins. And this is one of the first places where I can talk about level geometry. You can see this tree. You can just slide off down here. You can't really jump up here. You bounce off all the time. It's really awkward. Yeah, you bounce off up there. This is one of the places where you realize that it's a hack and not like an actual game, because in an actual game you would be able to maybe do something better with the geometry, like maybe you could climb up these things without bouncing off all the time, maybe you wouldn't slide off these roots. It's just something that you have to deal with when you're making a game and you want to do stuff like, okay, I want to make new level geometry. Okay, you want to make new level geometry, like this hill right here. And you're gonna have to deal with stuff like, oh, maybe you slide off a bit too much, maybe you can actually get up there using some tricks, and then it's like, damn, but if the player can get up there, then something really stupid happens. And there's all these questions that you have to deal with, and we're gonna explore some of these questions in some of the strategies. So, one of the things that I want to talk about else is though this bob-omb right here. So, in some of the like stages, there's these bob-ombs. Actually, that's one of them, and by talking to them, you open the cannon, similar to the pink bob-ombs in the regular Super Mario 64. So, why is it so important where you place the bob-ombs? So the thing is, you have to be careful about understanding what you actually look for when you play the game. Like objects you're looking for. So, obviously you're looking for the stars, right? The stars should be in really significant places. Maybe some place where you're like, oh man, there's this big tower right here, there's probably a star up there. Or there's this really significant lake, there's probably a star over there. Or this ruin over there, yeah, there's also probably a star over there as well. Or the cave. So really significant places, that's where stars are. And then you have some places that are just, well, I would say on the regular path, but maybe a little bit to the side, maybe a little bit hidden, maybe in some of the just barely a bit hard to reach places. And this is where you put the red coins. You see where the red coins are mostly. You can see, like, I can see a red coin right over there, but it's not that simple to get. I have to jump across this and then land on this like here. It's not free. It's not free to get this red coin. But there's some sort of like actual work in there, and you feel good for getting a red coin if they're placed like that. But there was a little bit of work, and it wasn't free to get it, and you have to go around the stage a lot. Oh, by the way, a little extra tip. Oh, I couldn't do it. If you spawn a 100 coin star right there and instantly ground pound, you'll instantly get the star without having to drop down again. Anyway, so you're looking for stars and you're looking for red coins. So what else are you looking for? Maybe you're looking for regular coins. Well, regular coins are pretty much anywhere. So you can just put them in any place that has sort of like a blank spot, where it seems like there should be something here. That's where you put regular coins. And then there's this last thing. By the way, crazy geometry right here. And then there's this last thing. Where do you put the blue bob-omb? You want the blue bob-omb to be hidden most of the time, so that you can be like, oh man, I found this really cool hidden bob-omb, and you feel good about that. But in order to feel good about that, it needs to be a place that's well hidden. Or maybe not, or maybe if it's not that well hidden, it's not that easy to get to, so you can feel good about it. But then you run into the problem that, hey, if it's like hidden too well, and then why is it not just a star? Like if I have to do something really obscure, maybe I have to almost solve a puzzle, maybe I have to do some really weird jump and run stuff, maybe it's really well hidden, and you'll be like, man, this is too hard. This should have been a star instead, if it was that hard to do. That should have been a star. So you need to find this kind of balance between not easy to find, not that easy to get to, but not too hard to actually get to. So you don't feel like you like had to do something really stupid to get to it, or it was really hard to find. And in this ROM hack, the bob-ombs are placed, in my opinion, really well in that regard. The stars are also placed really well in that regard as well. This is probably why this is one of the, if not the best ROM hack for C164. Oh, by the way, this is a pretty stupid thing you have to do right here. That's the intended way of doing it, not even kidding. It does have some stuff like I just did right there, where it's like, oh my god, this is not... Is this really the intended way? And then you'll be like, yeah, it is the intended way. Okay, that's another one. Now, before I get the star, I want to quickly show something, even though I probably won't be able to do it, because holy shit! So, there's a star right here. There's also a star right on top of this thing. And you can get it by using an owl. But if you do it extremely precisely, it's extremely hard, but you can actually get up there like this. And I'm gonna try it a few times, but I'm not gonna... even if you get it up there, it's still really hard. So... I've never actually done this before. I've only seen... the thing is, I've seen this in a speedrun by Simple Flips, by the way. You can check it out on YouTube. Just Google or YouTube. Simple Flips, Super Mario Star Road, 130 star. And you can see some stuff that's going on in there. So I'm gonna try like 3 more times and then I'm just gonna leave it. Oh man. I'm trying to do the air kick that I've done before, but it's not that simple. Actually, I want to really get this now because I'm so close to it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to break my promise a little bit. Oh man. Don't worry, this is like the only time that I'm ever gonna do this. I'm probably not gonna go for like speedrun tricks later on, because these speedrun tricks later on are really hard, really extremely precise, and it's just like, man, why are you even doing this to yourself? Oh wow. So, at least you saw what happened. And that's how I get the star up there using like a speedrun trick, but I'm just gonna use the owl. Like, this is just a demonstration. I'm gonna do stuff like this, maybe like demonstrate some stuff like this. By the way, just the text that said it opens some doors. So I'm gonna demonstrate, maybe show like, oh, this is how you can do this if you don't wanna blah and shit. But especially the harder ones, I'm not gonna try like more than once or twice, because I don't wanna sit here all day trying to do some really awkward stuff just to get stars like the one I did right then. Okay. And that's the owl I'm gonna use for it. Though I'm gonna still save state before I grab this owl, because for some reason this owl sometimes does some really weird shit. And I don't know why. Maybe it's also because this is a ROM hack and really weird stuff can happen. You never know. So sometimes when I let go of this owl, it can throw me off like 10 meters away for some unknown reason. So if that happens, I'm just gonna have to reload. I'm sorry, guys. But I don't know how else to deal with it, because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to boot you off really hard. It did it again. It did it again. I know that you get a little bit of bounce because you don't drop straight down. That's the thing. You don't drop straight down, obviously, but you're not supposed to be thrown away. I think The thing is though, it did something similar in Super Mario 64, which is probably why they only did that for like 1 star, because they realized, man, something wrong is going on with the owl. They probably realized, man, something wrong is going on with the owl. We can't do this, man. We really shouldn't do the owl more often than once if it doesn't work correctly. So, and the same thing is going on in this ROM hack as well. There's only 1 star with the owl. Don't worry, guys. We don't have to deal with the broken owl physics after this. But I guess you could argue that, man, if they knew the owl physics were bad, then why did they even include it at all? Why did they even include it at all if they knew the owl was broken? I don't know. I also didn't show it. I held forward all the time. If I don't hold forward when I let go of the owl, it boots me backwards really far. I was once like right on top of the star. By the way, I can't get the other star in this course thread because I need a cap that I'm gonna get right now. So if I don't hold anything like on the control stick when I let go of A, it boots me backwards like 5 meters. I was once right on top of the star. I didn't hold anything, I just let go, and I fell backwards off the tower immediately. I didn't even land on the roof. It just instantly booted me off. That's so odd. By the way, there's a secret star up there. Whoop. Which is really odd, because this painting below me is how you get into the stage. But there's a secondary entrance into the stage that gets you a 2nd star. That's the stage over there. This is the secondary entrance. This is one of the things that this hack also does. It is... sorry. It includes some things that weren't in the original game. Like having secondary entrances to the courses. That was never in... As far as I remember, there was only like 1 entrance to each course, usually the painting. And that was it. But here, you can have multiple entrances to a course. But at the same time, there's only like this 1 instance right here where it happens, and it doesn't happen ever again. But at least it shows you that it is possible. Okay, this is one of the places where the jumps for some reason are really stupid and often just don't want to cooperate. I don't know why. So one of the things that you're also going to see a lot in this ROM hack is poles and pole-like structures. For some reason they really like poles. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to go for a secret right now, because you can get, just like in the actual Super Mario 64, you can get the metal cap, you can get the vanish cap, you can get the wing cap, and I'm going to get the red metal cap right now. Oh wow, I got booted off. Whoops. And these are not that simple to get. You can see that this is... this is one of these areas that you just run through and you don't even realize there's something there. You don't stop and look around so much. And even if you do look around and you notice there's a window up there, you don't go, oh man, I could probably break that window. It's not that simple. Like, obviously it looks a bit like it could be broken, but at the same time you don't assume that a window like that could be broken. You just assume that it's just some stuff to make the stage look a bit nicer or something, I don't know. Because there's other windows across here. You can see there's other windows. Just you can see that these are like breakable. Some of these, you can see the top 2 ones over there are breakable. But the thing is, you can see that it's really easy to see that, man, it's really far off. How do I even reach this? It's hard to reach. And then there's this like button right there. And the thing is, the button, it seems like the button doesn't really do anything, because you activate the button and then it's like, well, what happened? I don't know. I can't see anything. Nothing happened. It's in a really awkward spot, that thing. Oh, I didn't get the triple jump. I get a triple jump there. You can do it. Anyway. Don't die from it. I died from it. Wow. It actually, I didn't save, by the way. I can tell you right now. Anyway, I want to talk more about this anyway. So there's gonna be places like this where, I don't know, there's buttons in this game where it's not that obvious. By the way, I'm gonna try something right here. Nope. Actually, I'm gonna talk about this one first. So you know you can do wall jumps, simple. You can do wall jumps from this as well. And you can do stuff like that. I didn't want to do that earlier because I thought it was really hard because I only saw it in a speedrun, but damn. So, I think I'll have to mention a few things that just happened right there. Okay, stay. There we go. I'm gonna do still like that again. So I'm gonna have to mention a few stuff right there. I'm not gonna stop talking soon, I think, because the really awkward stuff happened right then. So, not only can you wall jump from this, like I just did. Oh my god, get up there. You know, can you wall jump from a long jump like that? You can also do something, I think it's called like hyper speed wall kicking. I just always call it a thirsty. Not thirsty, but a thirsty as in first. Like being the first one. Okay, I want to save state for that just in case. What I mean by that is, I think what happens, I'm not quite 100% sure because I'm not a speedrunner, I've only just seen stuff happen and then maybe like, oh, how does this work? If you do a wall kick on like the very first frame, I think it is, that you can wall kick, then you get something that I call a thirsty, which is a wall kick, but it looks a little bit similar in that the actual animation from it... Oh my god, this retcon there is so hard to get. The animation looks a bit different in that you don't have this... like usually Mario has his hands forward and grabs for the wall, and then as he grabs for the wall you do the jump and then he grabs away from it. You can like try and maybe see it a little bit. Yeah, you see he has this turnaround animation. This animation where he turns around in midair. If you don't see that animation and he instantly is facing the other direction, I think that's a thirsty. Like I said, I'm not a speedrunner, so I don't know for sure, but I think that's the thirsty. And you actually saw me get that like once or twice during my actual wall kicks that I did there. Because I'm not quite sure if it's actually possible to do that without doing thirsties. I just did them. And that's also something that most of the time is just done in tool-assisted speedruns, because doing them consistently by hand is almost impossible. Like, you can maybe do it once or twice, but doing it, like, all the time, especially when you get faster and faster, is so incredibly hard that people just say, no, don't worry about it, just do regular wall kicks. You don't need it anyway. But I think in that spot you actually needed it, and I fucking did it anyway. So that was my second part. Hope you enjoyed that. Fail and then the salvation. See you guys next time.